At the Andrew Goodman Foundation, we make young voices and votes a powerful force in democracy. In 2020, millennials and Gen Zers made up 37% of the electorate, and we knew that if they harnessed their power, they would be an unstoppable force. But there were major threats this year.
2020 has been a year like no other year in my lifetime, and probably not in yours. It was a year that we were under attack by 3 viruses. The pandemic of COVID-19, voter suppression like we've never seen in generations, and of course, white supremacy and white nationalism, and just the disinformation out there that has led to so much confusion and hundreds of thousands of deaths in this country. Amidst this, our work could never have been more important.
We had an ambitious plan this year to combat all of this, which included our virtual events, rapid expansion into battleground states and on HBCU campuses, digital organizing, litigation, advocacy, and poll worker recruitment.
This semester, I, along with my fellow ambassador, Austin Smith, helped to plan the HBCU National Voting Summit and also had more of a role in planning the Alabama Voting Summit. And I think both of these summits really helped us to get some phenomenal organizing tips and really energize us going into the semester. So we incorporated those tips that we learned at this summit to help get students registered to vote and out to vote.
The Georgia Youth Poll Worker Project is a nonpartisan nonprofit that is dedicated to recruiting young people ages 16 to 25 to work the polls in major elections. We are proud and elated to state that we recruited 1,000 young people to work the November 3rd presidential election, as well as the subsequent runoff and ballot counting.
To combat voter suppression, we created and staffed a voter hotline that students can message and receive answers to all of their voting and civic engagement related questions. In addition to this hotline, we hosted a multitude of events to garner civic engagement within the Atlanta University Center and to expand voter education. We hosted a National Voter Registration Day voter suppression panel, watch parties for each presidential debate, and finally an election watch night. Through the Andrew Goodman Foundation, we were also able to provide rides to the polls for our students.
We were able this year for the first time to have an online voter ID request form for our students. Voter ID is incredibly hard to get at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. For some students, it has posed a barrier previously to their accessibility to the ballot. And so this was an amazing stride made by our student council as well as the Badgers Vote Coalition to make voting more accessible for our students and to really get out the U-vote.
We observed that a disproportionate number of young people's ballots were being discarded. And a disproportionate number of those ballots were students of color or young people of color. So we made sure that we put an extra intervention in place so that we could help students cure any ballots that they had that were rejected. And we also then connected that with our mobile, our digital technology, so that we can reach them through cell phones or we can reach them through our website, My Vote Everywhere. That allows us to help students cure hundreds, or if not thousands of ballots across the country that would otherwise not have been counted.
AGF's Vote Everywhere program launched a major campaign to the polls. We hosted the first ever National HBCU Summit, an Alabama Voting Summit. We led text banking couch parties. We deployed over 1 million text messages in battleground states and participated in civic holidays, including National Black Voter Day, National Voter Registration Day, National Voter Education Week, and Early Voter Day.
I cannot tell you how many stories of donors saying, what can I personally do besides giving money to call and send postcards? And so we thank them for coming, and our celebrities who did the same thing. What tweet could I give? What panel can I host of young people? And it was the confluence of all these good people coming together that made this moment not the horrific moment that it could have been, but the positive stories that we have to tell of how we helped change this country, restore in part our democracy, and positioned ourselves for a future where young people will lead.